Alright, that took a while to figure out, but it works. I can go ahead and close these. And then I can change. Ta-da! Alright, before the podcast starts, I want to... How's the audio? Make sure everything is looking good. And then I want... There's a video that I'm working on that I want to figure out what to do for the thumbnail. So that's what I'll be doing for now until then. I did think of some specific thumbnails that I liked, but I changed my mind. So I'm just gonna go through Mr. Beast's thumbnails as I normally do. I don't like this one. 누구죠? 누군데요? 아, 맞지. 어떡하죠? 이거는 한단 말이잖아요. I wonder if that works. Delete. 뭐야? 왜 그래? Okay. This is very strange. The settings are all messed up. Okay, I think it's fine now. It's public, right? I'm live? I am. Alright. 그만하라고. Alright, there we go. I think everything looks good. Public. 그거는 안 되지. I think one more thing. Alright. There's a very specific thumbnail that I was looking for. I had seen he had done where it was like one kid versus a bajillion people. I think that's the one I'm looking for. I'm surprised he doesn't have like Jimmy here. You see Mr. Beast is in every single thumbnail, like more recently. I guess this one you could kind of say, can't really tell. But yeah, this one specifically doesn't have him. This looks horrible, to be honest. I'm surprised. That's the thumbnail they went with. Yeah, this is another one. Where is the one I was thinking of? Because you... Maybe I'm looking in the wrong spot. This is a really good thumbnail. I don't even know if he actually donated to whoever this is, but it's a really good thumbnail. This isn't the first time he uses a thumbnail like this. They work, so yeah, this is another one. Is that really her? Oh, maybe I'll just search. I don't know, whatever. Boys versus girls. Yeah, these are what I was thinking of, but I don't like that great. Yeah. What? I had no idea you had one of these. This is like very similar to the other one that I was thinking of. Okay. Looks like it's not Mr. Beast, so something along those lines is what I'm looking for. 2 pros, 5 noobs. 모르겠는걸. 모르겠지만 this is something that I'd like to do, but 어려운데. I'm not entirely sure how I should do it. Moon God. Blackbeard's origin. Pros. 2 pros. Ninja versus 4 noobs. That did pretty good, huh? 1 pro versus 5 bronze. I guess something like this is... I don't like the title, but... Alright, the other thing I want to look for is just trash talk. I just want to see... Oh, trash talk productions? No thank you. I'm looking more for actual... An actual trash can? Not my fault. Yeah, I'm just looking at the thumbnails. And... I mean, this one has like 215,000 subscribers and got way less views than subscribers, which doesn't bode very well for myself. I hate how it just shows me things that aren't even related. Like, why would I want to watch Previously Watched? That had nothing to do with trash talk. Okay, this has trash talk, never mind. But this isn't Previously Watched, right? This is separate. Stop crying, legendary trash talk. This does really well because it has Ronaldo and Messi, right? They could just not even be part of the conversation, but the fact that they're in the picture. Trash taste. Dad is back. PewDiePie. Yeah. There's something what I like actually think of. What is this? You can't guard me. I challenged a trash talking 11-year-old chess master. Not what I was thinking. Let's look for rap battles. Piolho. Battle rap bars of the month. Who really won? Not my fault. Hitler. Oh. Okay. That... I'm surprised. Yeah, this thumbnail sucks because there's like a random person in the middle and you can't even... I didn't even tell, even with Vader. Like, this done better. Oh my god, it would absolutely kill. And this is a huge creator too, so maybe brand recognition, but I personally wouldn't do it that way. But what do I know? He clearly, as Alex, knows more about this whole thing. I'm curious about Alex. What's going on? Okay. Yeah, he is good at editing. I can tell. And he has his own like little thing where he's always showing up. My question is, why does he have such a large number of subscribers? The views don't correlate to the subscribers. Normally you get more views than subscribers, right? Because most of the people that watch you aren't subscribed. But he's in a situation. Did he just fall off? Did he have like a bajillion views earlier on in his life? I get sidetracked, which is why things take a long time. Yeah, see, he was making like videos that were getting him millions of views. Like multiple millions of views. He has what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 videos that all have over 1 million views. So it makes sense that he has almost 1 million followers, right? But then it looks like recently, like all the recent stuff, is there a single video that went above 1 million recently? Are they all 4 to 5 years ago? Yeah, they're all 4 to 5 years ago. So it looks like he was a lot more popular in the past. That makes sense. Anyways, thank you for your service. C9, C3 versus Charlie. T-Rex versus Chess. Rap battle. This is funny. I can see why it did so well. The thumbnail just makes you want to click on it because you know the meme, right? Full rap battle. Shawn Mendes versus OBJ. Drop the mic. All right, I think I have a general idea for what I want to do. So what I will do now is I will edit a video. You guys can get a sneak peek for what it looks like. Pretending to be a noob, then destroying him. Pros versus... I don't know how to visually represent a professional player, to be honest. But for now, let's do this. Let's open up DaVinci. I have to make sure you guys can see. Normally, YouTube sends me that I'm live. It says, hey, you're live. Guess what? But it's not doing that now, so I don't know. I think it's live, though. I'd be surprised if it isn't. Oh, you guys can see everything. Oops. Let me switch scenes real quick while I import media because I have all of my video names already there. So I don't necessarily want to show all of that. Not that it's a secret, but maybe it is. Who knows? Oops. Control A. No, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. I just meant to left click and then I right clicked. Change. I'll have to find some music for this as well. All right, now we can go and edit. I wonder if you guys will be able to hear. Let's go back here. Media. Let's double click here.
Competitive, to be honest, that long, so I'm a fan of this meta, but
it sounds like you guys can actually hear. Yeah, it works. Wow. Good. I will start. Honestly, I don't remember. I think Palafox probably has a good quote that I like. So I'm going to find the Palafox one here. We'll start off with this. We'll figure it out from there. Who else had a good... I think Golden Glue had one that I liked. Golden Glue. Here. Who else had... I'll throw in Insanity as well. I think these three can be my intro. And then there's a few that I want to get rid of. The one with Turtle, the video doesn't work, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Crap. There we go. Yeah, look, the video is like
Kaisen Zai. I always enjoy those picks, and I think
I know you enjoy a cool meta, but thing is, I could keep it, and then I could kind of say like put like some gameplay on there of Turtle playing champions, but I don't know that I want to do that. So when I look here, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 each, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. There's 26 of them. If I get rid of one, it's 25. I think that's what I want to do. It's a nice number, 25. Edit. Turtle. Sorry, Turtle. No, that's not what I meant. I erased the wrong thing. This is what I want to delete. Okay. So I have these three. I gotta figure out what music I want. I'll do that in a bit. So normally how I do this, which is might not be the most efficient way, but I'll find, like, I haven't really done these kind of videos, but I'll put them all up, right? And then I'll take the audio, I'll like export the audio. I'll bring it into Audacity because honestly, I find it simpler than Farlight, or Fairlight, but that's just me because I haven't used Fairlight yet, so I'm not sure. And then I'll go back to the edit. I'll get rid of all the audio that's there. I'll put in the new audio, and then I'll do the thing. I'll put in the music. I'll make sure everything's good. I only want specific clips of these guys, so I'm gonna figure out the clips, and then I'm gonna bring all the other clips. I'm gonna throw them into the timeline, and then there's ones like the Armeo one. I probably have to zoom into just him because I didn't do it before because I was thinking of something else, I think. Or I forgot. No, I didn't forget. I was thinking there was a reason. Why is there me? Oh, that's not me. That's him. He's just wearing a very similar looking jacket. But yeah, I think most of them are edited and cut exactly where I want them. But this, he has like a very specific thing that I want to.
my favorite meta to play in was the.
I think it's towards the end of this.
It was. Oh, there was some talent. Dude, it was so fun back then.
That's exactly what I want. It was so fun back then.
Dude, it was so fun back then. Dude, it was.
Yeah, right there. Okay. I will cut this over here.
Dude, it was so fun back then.
I'll cut this. I don't want you or you or you. I just want this part. This is probably gonna be the last one of the intro. Then I'm gonna record an actual intro later. I can't do it now, obviously, but it's gonna be introducing. If you watch my trash talk video, which only members of the channel can watch it, so there's like 2 people, but if you did watch it, there's like a really quick it's not really Mr. Beast-esque. That's the goal. I want to be like Mr. Beast in terms of like getting you excited for something. But yeah. Let me go and check one thing real quick. You guys can't see it. I'm just tweeting. Also, after I'm done, like in maybe less than 30 minutes, maybe 20 to 30 minutes, I will be doing a podcast with Be a Fan. I've listened to a couple other podcasts a while ago, but I haven't listened to them recently. So maybe that's what we can do. We could just listen to it together. But no, I kind of want to work on this editing thing. The thing is, there's other thumbnails that I want to make. Okay, let me just save this and call it Meta. And guess what it's about. There's a thumbnail for Raz that I want to make because I had an interview with Raz and you guys, I kind of spoiled it. So let's do. Oh, Making the Rounds is out. I will watch that later. Raz, what is this? Cho'Gath probably didn't made any armor items. Maybe. I think it might also be a Nico. I'm not sure. That's pretty cool. Hey, what's up? How do I check timestamps? I can't see when this was sent. Timestamps. 2:59. Oh man, it was sent like a while ago. How do I make it so I can see chat like more prominently? I suppose I could do it like this. I mean, that's the best thing I can think of. Mega. There's another thing I was thinking of. How does one go about doing... Oh, there's literally a thing that you can do where it's pop-up chat. That's cool. Okay. That's pretty cool. Community moderation, participants, timestamps. I'm still learning how to stream. I can do all these things. Engage, show your support, super stickers, membership gifting. I thought I could gift memberships. Interesting. Super chat, membership. Oh. Super chat, no. Engage with your audience, start Q&A, start a poll. Okay. I'm just trying to figure that out, but I think I figured it out. I forgot what I was looking for. Raz. Ooh. Raz LPL? Raz LCS maybe? And then I'm just thinking, oh snap. Wait, when you look Raz LCS, really? Is my video the first one that comes up? What about Razlol? It's not even Raz himself that shows up. It is. Dude, that's so cool. Okay, Rav shows up. Who's Rav? Why have I not heard of them?
Water.
Welcome to the... Whoa, he has an avatar thing. I give champions weird nicknames. Wait, how often? I'm gonna message this guy. Seems cool. Ravlol. Not doing it. Yellow Hell doesn't exist. Oh, okay, so I guess it should. Whoa. Who is that? Team Liquid Honda? I do not recommend. There's Raz. I don't think this is Raz. This is definitely not Raz. Yeah, that's not Raz. Okay, let's go back to Raz LCS, because whatever that was not what I wanted to see. What is that? What does he think SR has to change in order to beat the best team in FlyQuest? Alright, I will answer that question. I have a very good answer. Nothing. We already beat them once. I don't see any good... Dude, why does that thing keep showing up? I don't see very good... Whoa, 148 views. That's quite surprising. From the Game House? You had Razon, you got 100 views? Oh wow, they're pumping out content. Oh, they're pumping out like other stuff. That's... Why don't they have an LCS thing? Atlanta! Yeah, it's kind of hard to filter out the LCS stuff, so I can see why. Like, if they get most subscribers from sports, let's look at their most popular stuff. Is it esports? Probably, right? Yeah. Not surprised. Cody's on interview. Team Liquid, Hansama, Bjergsen Cillian. Oh, I watched this. But I watched this one too. All female customization. I get very sidetracked. Foca. This is a cool thumbnail. I like this one. Who is Jonathan? 2 videos. Calm issues and non-speaking English players. Raz LPL for Celsius. Non-profit channel for education, comparison, and commentary only. Community. Home. About. Well, I would like to get to know you a little bit more, but guess not. Yeah, I think there's a pretty good. Wait, what? I did not watch that. There's a pretty good. Why does that keep showing up? Is Raz there? That's why. Okay. There's a pretty good video that of Raz that has a lot of like. Oh, I have not seen this. I don't know who this person is, but I have not seen this interview. Which I should have seen, considering I watched both. She's an LPL host that speaks Korean. She gave up Jason. Sichuan cosplay. World Cup. Does this have Korean subtitles? Could be cool. Okay, Chinese subtitles.
Hi everyone, this is Iris. Welcome.
Captions. English is auto-generated. Is there any Korean or is it all just Chinese? I guess she is an LPL host, isn't she? Was a former caster of the LPL. Man, I had no idea she existed. I want to watch this interview. I'm always curious about things like this. And if it's good, I will subscribe. Welcome to my channel. I'm the host, Iris. We're halfway through this one. Okay, EDG BDS interview. Let me check some of her Korean stuff. Wait, this one's with. There was one with Jisun, right?
나 진짜 우울해졌었어. It's
Oh, it's all in Mando. That's cool. Could be Korean.
백님과 라인전 하게 된다면, 상대하게 된다면
어.
누구랑 듀오하고 싶은지.
그 나는 너무 마음이 아픈 거야.
That's. Oh, money. 아픈 거야. Okay. The video that I was looking for is Raz LPL. It's not LPL recap. It's the culture shock, right? 행님과 culture shock. Is it this one? There's some really good shots. Like, this is so loud. I don't know if it's loud for you guys too. I can check. It is not that loud. But yeah, like there's so many. Like I already like this right here. With this frame. Like right here. I like this. Okay, maybe not with his mouth wide open. Okay, there. This very first frame. I could name it something like LCS victories. I don't know. LCS is on fire, something like that. I don't know. But let's keep looking. I'm gonna mute it because it's. I don't know if I can use that music. I just realized. Ooh, that is so cool. I can't use it for my purposes, but it's honestly pretty cool. I might just like take a screenshot of this just to mess with Raz. Like if something happens and he talks about the LPL on Twitter, I'm just. That's hilarious. I love it. There's another one here. Where is the one? No, there's a part after this. I've seen this before, that's why I'm kind of scrolling through it. But there's a little part here. Oh, I like this. I love this. I don't want his mouth to be open like that. I kind of want his mouth to be closed. And the only reason I do that is I just think it looks better. Okay, there's definitely a part where he closes his mouth. Like here. I don't like the fact that his hand is blurry. Why is it not moving? There we go. Ooh, there we go. Okay, I like this one. I'm gonna rename this one. Find the file. I'm going to rename it. Raz explain. Okay, and then the type of the interview. I'll just show this somehow. Let's go here. Okay, so right now the title is Honest Conversation about LCS Broadcast with Raz. Alright, so I'll write that down somewhere. Like honest conversation about LCS broadcast with Raz. That's the title I'm working with. But what I want is him like kind of explaining. So then I'm gonna do explain it like I'm 5. I'm gonna see what are some good The Office like something like this, see, where she's like pointing at something, but I think the title kind of does the carrying rather than the thumbnail in this situation, because you can't really tell what's happening, right? Alright, I want something where a person's pointing at the board trying to explain, you know? Something like that, but oh boy. If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself, or the 6-year-old is just not capable of understanding. Right? There's certain concepts that our brain cannot. Anyways, I don't know what I'm getting. What is that? I'll explain COVID to my kids. How I'll explain COVID to my kids. That's such a good video idea. Man, Stephen E is smart. Is his name Stephen He? Like Shen He? Shen. Think. How else would you name a thumbnail like that, right? Ooh, I know what I could do. So I have the screenshot here, and then maybe I could, I don't know, change this into an actual whiteboard, and then it's like LCS broadcast, or direction, goal. Let's do this. How to improve. How to. Yeah, coming up with thumbnails can take a long time. You think it might be like a pretty short process, but it's actually like so. It's a whole process, right? It's not easy, and neither should it be, to be honest. Wait, what just happened? I had something there. I don't know what it was, but I had it. Okay, now I close it. How to improve. I'm looking more for something. That's actually a really good thumbnail. I like it. It says so much. It says so much. I don't like this thumbnail. I don't know what's happening. Right? How to improve yourself right now and why? 4 tips to focus better. Website, 25,000 followers. Free followers without login. Oh my god. Instagram. Para follower, guys. Okay, that's not Portuguese. It's para, not para. I had to let her go. I feel like if you had a visual indication of her, I like to sort of not judge but critique. There we go. Critique the thumbnails that I see. Oh boy. Why are they very sexual? Okay, I'm not critiquing his stuff. I like to critique thumbnails because it gets my like thought process going. I think it's very important because let's say I see something and I'm trying to understand why is that thumbnail or what I would do better, and then the next time I try to make a thumbnail, either I think of their thumbnail and then I think of the improvement that I thought or things like that. So I think it's always a process. I think thumbnails the most important part of the video. Like, not to say don't do anything else in the video, just have a really good thumbnail because people are just going to click off and then the video is going to die because yeah, there's no average view duration. View duration is just trash, right? But the most effort I think should be in the thumbnail, and then the video should also be good. So it's an and, but if I had to specifically pick something, I was looking for something on a piece of paper or something that shows improve, because I was thinking if I have this right here and then I write something like LCS broadcast improvement, LCS improve, like increase plus something, some visual indication to show that we're talking about something getting better, because the title, as you see here, already has LCS broadcast. So I don't want that to be in the thumbnail, right? So another thing that I think about my thumbnails is I don't want them to say the same thing. So if we go to my page, YouTube, your videos, and I'm not like phenomenal at doing this, right? But I'm trying. If you look at, oh, that's so cool. Yeah, if you look at here, I think this is such a bad thumbnail. Oh my god, I really should fix this. This is one of the worst thumbnails that I have. Oh, look what I have here. All right, I will respond in just a second. I just want to finish my thought. If you look here, there's like LCS analyst, LCS expert. I can see that. Oh wait, these videos aren't out yet. Wait, we got Bad Blood, Rivalry, right? They kind of complement each other, but they don't say the same exact thing. So NA players show more emotion. You could never do that in Korea. They complement each other, but I'm not saying NA players show more emotion, and then in the title, NA players show more emotion. This is a troll video. Don't worry about that. Wait, I have 3 membership only? Oh yeah, I do. Oops. Okay. It's not like I don't want help. Coaching dilemma, right? We stomped NRG. NRG are frauds. We're working with what we have. Yeah, this is not a very good title and thumbnail because it doesn't complement. We lost all our confidence. Experience on TL, right? It kind of like goes hand in hand. Oh, his experience on TL was that we lost our all confidence. It's not regurgitating the same thing, just to show someone who has gotten better at this, right? But if you look at some of his thumbnails, like from interviews, no, he started. Yeah, here. NRG winning was a fluke. Jensen says NRG winning 23 was a fluke. It's the same exact thing. Here, though, I blame Mark for all problems. Why Cloud9 is different? That's very different. You see what I'm saying? Returning on the LCS, believes in the Cloud9 system. I don't think they kind of go hand in hand, but yeah. We're not really good listeners. Needs love in his life. They obviously connects. I will improve my laning phase. Explains how they... Yeah, they're not very connected. It's me and Bubba against the world. Yeah, I think they're complementary. Anyways, I need to, since I'm going to be doing this, let's go to Twitter. It's about time for the podcast to start. Oh, interesting. I need to set up... I might have to turn off my camera, no? Yeah, I think I'll have to turn off my camera and then switch things around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to scene. I'm going to turn off my camera. I might have to end the stream and then restart it. Oh, they're both being used. So then what I have to do is I have to go here. I'll have to delete. Okay. C920. Do I really have to end the stream to do this? Or can I just remove the camera? I would love to be able to remove the camera. Okay, what if I settings, device, default. No, didn't mean to do that. How do I do this? I didn't think this far. No. Properties. Deactivate. There we go. Cancel. Turn on camera. Awesome. All right. Join studio.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
We have the same mic, except you have a better setup.
Yeah, but I stole the setup, so it doesn't really count. It's not really my setup. It's my brother's. I just kind of yoinked it from him.
Oh, nice. What does that thing do, like right under the Yeti mic?
This?
No, I have the same thing, but that circle, is that to hold, just to hold the mic?
Yeah, so this holds the mic. It's like connected. You can't really see, but it's connected to a long piece. It's connected to my desk, and then it kind of like I get to move it around.
Okay, mine
Yeah.
is more like this. So cool. All right, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I saw your interview with Brandon. Is it Brandon? Schling? What was it? You had an interview with the IMT analyst.
Oh, Loyoda? I don't know his
Okay.
full name actually. It might be Brandon. You're right.
Yeah, I've known. I talked to him on Twitter quite a few times when he was still with geez, what was that team again? It was
FlyQuest?
an academy or challenger team.
Oh, was it TL that he was on their challenger team?
That might be it. Let me peek a peek. But yeah, cool. So you already got some good stuff talking about Shopify, but this time you are the guest. I am the host this time. I'm waiting for Andrea to see if she's coming on. I don't know if you're familiar with Andrea.
I see her on Twitter, but I've never I've checked some of her workout, but I've never talked to her personally. No.
No worries.
Maybe I
She
haven't. I
was-
just forgot.
No, she was looking forward to talk Shopify and the players.
Yeah, I haven't talked to her. Okay.
Anything you need to do before we get started? Any questions you have?
No, I think I'm good. I started streaming like a little while before this to make sure everything was set up, and I think everything looks good.
All right. So I've never been on the guest side of Riverside. What do you see? Is it just the screen?
Yeah, I see. So I see myself, and then you, and then I see people like me, myself, and then there's like a choice for echo cancellation. I didn't turn it on because I don't want to mess up any of your audio or anything.
That's fine.
But yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, the good thing is this thing really lets me modify some of the track on my end, so you don't have to do too much, and it really evens out all the guests this level. So I've been using it. It's been free. So if you have any questions about it, feel free to ask.
Yeah, I was looking at it because it's honestly really cool. And one problem I have is like the audio levels never equal. I have to like export the audio out to some software, equalize them myself, then bring them back, and even then it's not always perfect. But when I was looking into it, it didn't seem like that option was free. But I guess it is.
It tries its best to do the most basic normalized. Same thing you probably do. Do you use Audacity or GarageBand? Yeah. right?
Audacity.
So it does the regular normalization. It doesn't give you that much flexibility. So yeah, sometimes when I had one interview with Peter Dunn and his mic was super low.
Yeah.
But so I had to fix that with Audacity. But for the most part, I am- yeah.
Hello, hello.
Andrea, it's Cloud. Is it Cloud
Good morning.
Sidki?
Yep, Cloud Sidki.
I'm probably gonna ask you how that name came about, but
Oh my god.
fine. Andrea, can you turn up your mic a little higher?
Yeah, sure. Are you sure?
Oh, it's good now. It's good now.
Yeah, I can do it.
That's
Okay, I was just a little bit far away. Whoa, I'm awake.
Good.
No, you're
Okay.
wearing Team Liquid.
I
Team
am.
Liquid, no.
You see, I have a whole host of things. The only one I still haven't worn is my FlyQuest because that's Sign, and I don't want to get that one dirty.
Oh, yeah. a Jojo Pion one
I have the
too.
the
turtle
turtle looking one.
Yeah, it's ugly. So it's okay. I don't need to wear it. It's signed too, but that's what I meant that it's signed. And
Oh, you got
it's
the
okay
JoJo?
because I don't ever need to wear. Yeah, I got it at Worlds. Andrew got it signed for me.
Oh my
He's the
gosh.
goat.
I am jealous. Okay.
enough.
Do you have any questions or things you want to make sure that we touch on? Because my plan is just to talk Shopify. How did you become a fan?
Mhm.
Why people should be a fan?
Mhm.
And then I think we can touch on some of the players just to have like some understanding of who they are.
Mhm.
And that's my plan. Anything from the both of you?
That's exactly what I want to talk about, so it's good to me.
All right, perfect.
Yep.
Andrea? Yes?
Yeah.
All right. And we actually do have a question for you. So I'll prime it for you right now, and so maybe you can formulate a response, what you think. The question is from Magnus Verlis. What does he think Shopify has to change in order to beat the best team in the LCS? I thought they already did.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. They did. They don't have to change anything. They just have to beat the not best LCS teams.
Okay. That's going to be a fun question. All right. If nothing else, I would like for us to get started so we can end on time. Good.
All right.
All right. We're starting the countdown. And welcome to a new episode of Be a Fan. We are here once again to spread the good news of the LCS, try to convince you to be a fan, whether you want to be a player fan, whether you want to be a, just a fan of a team. We have it all. And today we have a special guest to help us give our attention to a team that nobody gave a chance at, but hey, they went 3-0 against the best teams of the LCS so far, and yet people, you got to give this team a little bit more respect. Now, what I will say, something that I do like about them is they are stepping up in their content game. So I have our special guest today. You know him, Cloudsicky. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. No, it's a pleasure to be talking about Shopify. It's what I like doing.
Well, I would say that you probably don't need no introduction because the shows that you're putting up on YouTube, on the social media, is really, hyped up our region. We need a lot more than that, and you're probably more popular. So just hoping to have you on the other end this time, where I'm the one asking questions. You are.
Hi, I'm doing great. Pretty excited. I really like the Shopify team. It's really fun to watch them beat teams that they shouldn't be beating and then completely lose their minds and randomly pick Zion Mid, even though why are we picking Zion Mid? Because our best player literally, why are we putting him on Zion? Hello. But anyway, yeah.
Oh man, we are absolutely excited to have you here to explain to us all about that Zion pick too. But let's first, I'll give you the floor, Cloud. How did you get your start into the LCS? Like, what drew you in? What made you become a fan? And then what drew you to this new organization that just got introduced into the LCS this year?
So yeah, a little bit about myself. My name is Cloudsicky. So you were asking like, where's that Sidky come from? That's a weird name. It's just my last name. Yeah, I've been playing the game since like late 2009. When it first was still in beta. I had a friend who had access to one of the copies. I don't know how he got it, but I was playing, and then when it released, he told me to download it. I didn't, so I would just come over to his place to play until eventually I got it. I was playing on and off for most of the time, but I really started watching probably 2013 Worlds. That was really hype. I was really impressed. And then I started watching LCS a little bit here and there. Like I'd watch the finals. Then in 2015, since 2015, I probably haven't missed a game of LCS.
Wow.
I would say the same about EU LCS when it was still a thing. When it became the LEC, I think I didn't watch as much. But yeah, I've watched a lot of League of Legends. I've also played a lot of League of Legends. So that's where my passion for League of Legends comes. My passion for Shopify is it's kind of twofold. One, I like the players. So Insanity is someone that I really like. When he first joined IMT in 2021, I was a fan. I liked what he was doing. Where I like Revan as well. I think he's a very smart coach. Last split, he really proved himself taking a team that people had bought, like people had him 10th, and he was one game away from beating like EG, right? No one expected that. Everyone was saying 3-0. So I like what he did with that team. The owner TLO is a super cool guy. Known him since his Team Liquid days. Although not a huge StarCraft fan, but I still knew about him. And what Shopify is doing that's different than other teams is that they're not here to inflate their value, sell the team off, and then make profit, right? They already have a company. They're Shopify, right? Shopify Rebellion is just like a marketing arm for Shopify. And so their main goal is for people to learn about Shopify, is for people to become fans of Shopify. So the next time they make a website or something like that, they'll use Shopify because they're associated with that brand. And so unlike other teams that are willing to like break their backs and just go all in and then sell 2 years later, they're actually here for the long run because it makes sense for them to build fans rather than to win, right? I'm not saying they don't want to win, but that's not their number one goal. Their number one goal is make fans, and fans they have made.
Absolutely. That's awesome to hear. I mean, just to know that, and the efforts is really felt, right? Because before even the start of the season, people were wondering, what is their aim? They're taking over a spot from a LCS legacy team like the TSM, and they're coming in, and what are we to expect, right? We don't know. But what I will say is, so far, what I've seen from them is exciting. They are not Immortals. I'm just going to kick that down there. And we're going to have a guest soon about Immortals and see what they're saying about that. And there's an investment. There's a true investment of wanting to be here. League of Legends is not the only sports that they have, right, on the esports scene. I remember Rocket League. Is there anything else that they're involved in?
Valorant, I
They're
think?
involved in Dota.
Dota.
They in fact took the Evil Geniuses legacy Dota team famously. So they right now they have like the legacy EG player, which is RTC. So he's still playing for them.
Oh, interesting. So they're hoping to become a household name, if you will, in the esports world, and especially with LCS. What I've seen so far, it's not a marketing ploy, like you mentioned. It's not something just to advertise, but they're invested in their players. Now, when they put the team together, I was like, I'm not sure how this is gonna play out. I didn't give them very highly, but oh my gosh, so far 4 weeks, there's some amazing things that there's great potential here. And so I'm gonna give you the floor to kind of talk about, what drew you in? What was the first thing that kind of drew you in as a fan? And how do we become a fan of this team? Or maybe we become a fan of some of these players we want to have our investment in.
So I will say, I think if that Team Liquid played week 4, day 2 against Shopify, if Shopify wins that game, Shopify is 3rd place in the LCS. A big reason why people might not feel too strongly like wannabe fans of Shopify is because they're bottom place, but they don't understand how close the league is. Literally that one win and they're 3rd, and people aren't saying what they're saying about Shopify, right? They're like, they're gonna miss playoffs. It's like, maybe they won't. And so obviously that didn't happen, so we live in a different world. But the thing is, when you first watch LCS and everyone's playing normal, and then you see Zachmid, and Zachmid gets a solo kill, and it looks like it's working. Like, that drives you to a team, right? Do I really want to watch Azir versus Orianna again and again and again? Or do I want to watch this guy who's going to pull out the Zach, pull out the Garen? Sometimes it doesn't work, right? You could say a lot of times it doesn't work, which is probably why a lot of people are not too hyped about them, because they're not winning the games. But what's really cool is they can pick the Orianna and beat the number 1 team. They can also pick Zachmid. They can also pick Sion. They can play these weird picks, which to them, obviously, it's not like they're just trolling. It's like, we actually think that we can get an edge in draft that you don't understand. And when the opposing team does not understand what's happening, that brings a lot of hype, because if the team doesn't know how to play against it, chances are the fans haven't seen it played either. And so the fans are like much more engaged. And so I just think that Shopify games have been very exciting. and you always see like the graphic always goes off when Shopify are playing, like LCS live patch, like did you catch it? You know, because really we're playing some of the coolest champions. I think Insanity has played the most diverse mid lane champ pool. And winning will come in time, I think. But I think the fact that the games are exciting should be enough.
Oh, that's absolutely true. Andrea, do you have anything to add? And I know you resonated with some of the things that Cloud has mentioned.
I mean, well, what Shopify did was basically they took the TSM, what's left of TSM, I guess, which is what was left of TSM, which was basically the Boogie Insanity duo. That was very, very strong. That was literally the win condition for TSM last year. And then they supplemented it with we'll consider the C9 Challengers or the DSG core, the ZRG core, which is Seisal and Fake God. They also pick up Tomio, which was, by the way, also part of that core. So they pick up the Disguise core and mixed it with the TSM core and made something special, something new. I think this team has really the potential to make the most fun games possible in the LCS just because of the players. Even, I think the first few games of I played that they lost, I even thought like they were so competitive. Particularly Turtle, when Turtle was playing, he was probably the only Lucian that actually impressed me in the LCS. Like he was the only one that was actually playing the champion the way you're supposed to play it to win. And unfortunately, like they kind of got outscaled most of those games, but like the idea was there, no? And I think also I'm being okay. I don't know how to feel about Vivo yet, but he has had some standout games. He has had some games where he's not that doing that much, but like he's not like I was all that detrimental to the team. What I do think the Zion myth thing definitely is something that we don't even need to see so much. I love Boogie. I think he's a great carry player. I think he's fantastic, but like we need Insanity to also have the ability to carry some of the weight because they are literally the players that are going to make this team. So like Fake God is a great facilitator. Seisal is a great shot caller and a great leader. So they need to have some more consistent damage in the mid lane than just tanks. Well, the tanks are fun and like they give you this flexibility in a strategy. I don't think Insanity is one of their win conditions, and if it's not working, right?
He lives up to his name. He's insane.
He is.
No, you brought up a point that I just remembered. Like you said, they took over the TSM team. So when they didn't bring back Chime, I was like kind of iffy about that. Chime was one of their best players, but Zeyzal is a very smart player.
The thing that Seisal gives your team is leadership. He was basically, he won the finals MVP for the NACL split, in which he played with these guys for a reason. Like he was really that important to that team, and I think that's the reason why he was chosen.
Mm-hmm. And
obviously, also they chose Tomio to have him on to play under Boogie. So like he's a substitute that they want to bring up. They maybe are interested in seeing potentially putting him in the future. So there's also that. Tomio already has worked with Seisal and with Fake God like for a year. So they have that going on.
Okay, they have that connection. So Cloud, why don't I let you kind of talk us through like each player, like what is something that, why we should be a fan of theirs, or, something that stood out to you, starting from your favorite and then going all the way down.
Sure. I'll start with Fake God. Fake God is underperforming. Like I'll say it straight out. He's not playing to the caliber that he knows that he holds himself. And I would liken Fake God to basically a lot of people have went through their lives and had a lot of difficulty, and he's went through a lot of difficulty. Like he came in 2018, like end of 2018, beginning of 2019. He was the number one prospect. Like in the scouting grounds. People were very hyped about him. He goes to challengers. He gets put into the LCS before he's really ready because of that whole like 2019 like 100 Thieves, like just benching all their players, having to bench some days so that they could put Rio in because they didn't have shot calling and whatnot. And so he wasn't really ready, and he really didn't do well. And then he got another shot on Dignitas, and again, he didn't do well. He did well actually for the first part, and he was actually like MVP candidate, but people don't remember that.
The Janatop?
He was player of the week. No. This wasn't the Janatop. This was in 2021, and he was player of the week. I remember this exactly because he beat EG that exact same week. Dignitas was
That's
super
right.
hot in spring 2021.
Yeah.
The Dark team, the all North American team with Soligo and Neo and Aframu.
Yeah.
And Fagood was doing really, really well there. People don't remember because of what came after. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, what came after wasn't that great. And even he knows it, and he wanted to retire, you know, and he left, he went back to school, and he decided, hey, I don't want to leave on such a sore note. I know I have more to do. And he came back and he won, you know, the Challengers League or Academy when it was still Academy with C9. And then he won Challengers with DSG. And so if you think of if you stop his story, you might think, oh, he's not a very good player. But the thing is, like, if you stop Dokla's story when he was an Optic and then he gets benched and he moves down and it takes him a very long time, like, then he's not a good player. He's not an LCS winner. He's not a quarterfinalist at Worlds. And so I think FakeGod, you still have to let the rest of his story play out. And I think that he has a lot left in the tank. Yeah.
That's a very good analogy. I remember very well Dokla before he was, before he worked his way up. I was not convinced once he came back to the LCS, but he just proved me wrong right off the bat when he got in with CLG and then now NRG. So that's a fantastic story, backstory. And these are some of the things we want to learn more about the players. We want to hear more so we know they're not just athletes, esports athletes. They have identity and that we can connect with. So that's awesome to hear. Anything else about FakeGod, or are you ready to move on to your next player?
That is one of the things that I want to do is I want to show player personalities, whether it's through interviews, whether through specific documentaries that I do of the players. It's showing what's not on the screen. It's showing when they're not playing the champion and not just when they are playing a champion on a screen.
Well, luckily for you, we have a solution to that, and it's called csprofiles.com/player/FakeGod, where we have selected very important data about FakeGod, like the fact that he's very popular with moms. And he also doesn't like pineapple on pizza.
He does not?
So, so remember lcsprofiles.com. FakeGod is one of the few certified players we have. I think we only have him and
You have Insanity.
Insanity, I guess we have.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, I didn't know this. I'm very good at keeping this website, guys. Yeah, I didn't know this.
This is a very
Yeah,
precious
you can go
project to Andrea.
lcsprofiles.com.
lcsprofile.com.
FakeGod, Insanity, and Tomio. Yes, that's all I had to say. Ad break.
I mean, I may or may not have used it when I was making his video, so...
Ooh.
Damn. Today I learned.
Awesome. All right, who's next?
I think we can just go down the line. We can do Boogie.
Let's go with Boogie.
Boogie is a very interesting player because he's actually really good. Like, you don't win 2 different regions and almost win a third, like go to game 5, if you're not good. You know, you don't end up with that much success. You can maybe fluke yourself 1 finals, 2 finals, but you don't just keep winning if you're not good. And I think one big challenge is really unleashing Boogie. So back in TSM, when he joined, he was the only Korean. So the head coach at that time was Chowie, the mid laner was Maple, and Boogie's English, like, even if it's good, he's not fluent. And so he's not able to express himself like all the time. And he wasn't able to make friends with the team that he was playing on. And a complaint that he said when talking to Chowie is this is the first time I play on a team where I don't have at least another Korean with me, and I felt very lonely. And that you could see, like TSM didn't even make it to playoffs that split. Move on to next split, he has a Korean on his team. He has Revan, the coach. And you can see that his play became better. Obviously, he was playing with Insanity, and Ruby came in, so there were more Koreans on the team. But you could see him take the more carry role. And that's what he played back when he was on the PCS or in the LGL. He's a carry player. His tanks don't leave a lot to be desired.
No. So I actually have a history with Boogie because he played in the LLA, which is my region,
Yeah.
and I watched him absolutely destroy that league. Like, he was by far the most dominant player. Well, yeah, he was by far the most dominant player when he debuted in the LLA. He was a literally one-man army there, and his team never won because his teammates usually weren't that good. But he was capable of making his teams push up so high, and he worked really hard. Like, he was playing a lot of solo queue. He was like always in the top 10 of solo queue with the IGN my dream LCS, right? So we know he wanted to play in LCS. He worked so hard to be here. So that's something that I really like about Boogie. But I also obviously have that bias because I watched him play in NLNA. I know how good he is. Like, when everyone was like, "Who is this guy? Who is this guy?" You guys don't know about Boogie. You guys are about to find out. This guy is so good, and I was so happy when he got to show up because so many people were saying he's gonna get subbed out by Svenskeren at the middle of the split or something because TSM had that dual roster going on, and I was like, no, guys, trust me, this guy's good. And we all know that Boogie is very good indeed.
Yeah.
I loved your video on him, by the way, the one about the fear.
Oh, yeah, that was. Looking back at it, I could have done it a lot better, but he's like such a good Nocturne player that I was like, okay, I have to do it.
It was fantastic. I adored that.
Thank you. But yeah, I think Boogie is really unleashed in this team. Get him on carries, maybe not every game, so we don't have to have Sion mid every game. But his brand wasn't the greatest. He had a lot of kills, but he kept missing a lot of his Qs. But this is sort of stuff that you just get better with at time. Like, Boogie's never really played on this style of a team, and so I do think that there's some time to adapt. Yeah, adjustment period. But I think once this team is firing on all cylinders, once all the players are playing together well, you will see a much more polished version of Shopify.
Wonderful. And just learning and hearing more about, having had that key, having a friendship, having someone to communicate with we don't think about these things because we don't see anything beyond just the riff. I think that's a very great point to know that maybe now he's able to show a little bit more of himself. At this point, I still don't see any other Koreans player on the team, right?
B-Boy.
Oh, B-Boy.
And Revan's the coach.
I always associated him with EU, but we'll get there.
Misfits, yeah.
We'll get there. So
You
next
will
on the
eat
list.
by the- yeah, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have
No,
something
it's
to
okay,
add?
it's okay. No. Continue. We're going
Next
taxi.
on the list. It's weird. I have this person on X or Twitter just asking me who's the best mid in LCS and why is it Insanity? I mean, is this person impersonating you or just someone who just really love Insanity? So that's a question that's thrown to you, Cloud.
I don't know who that person is, but he's on the right mindset. I completely agree. Insanity is the best, not because he's the best at laning, not because he's the best at roaming, not because he's the best at a very specific thing. I think Jojo by far is our best laner. He breaks the game through his lane. You'll see him having CS advantages like when he played against Palafox last weekend. Palafox, that was really rough, Jojo. But he's not a Jojo Pune. But what he is that he understands matchups and he plays a variety of champions that will warp the game. And that's how Insanity sort of gets a lead. And the reason it's special is because no one else does that. You have players like Chovy, you have players like Showmaker who can have this lane kingdom, like perks of old, you have caps, but we've never really had a person who said, oh, you want to play like this Orianna, you're the best Orianna in the world, I'm going to play Zac. You don't know how to play this matchup, I'm going to solo kill you. Not because Zac is a better champion, but because you don't know the matchup that I do, you know?
Yeah,
And so that's,
very obvious.
yeah. Like, even before the game, Jensen was saying, I played a 1v1 with Bwipo, Zac versus Ori, and I was winning it. I was like, okay, this is going to be easy. And then he goes in, he's like, wait, he's playing it so differently than what I thought. Even top laners don't know how to play that matchup. And so that sort of gap, no one else has. You know, like, you can build these incremental gaps that win you the game. And Insanity, in my opinion, has one of the biggest gaps where he can pull out anything. Like, you want to play Azir? Oh, I might play Xerath. I might play Graves mid. You never know, right? I might play Sejuani mid.
I'm gonna have to look at his whole history. I'm just pulled up his stats this year so far. He's played Zac mid, he's played Orianna mid, he's played Akali mid, Corki, Garen, and Sion. Now we talked about like how he should play as much Sion, but he has the best win rate right now on a Sion. I don't know if that's gonna dissuade him from pulling out a Sion.
Does he
But
really?
he won 2 out of his 3 times he picked Sion.
Okay,
Bad, but oh my gosh, he lives up to his name, right? You get a lot of these players with their names, and you get an idea of who they are, and then you see them play. And most people, whether it's the team or the organization or coaching, they almost always default back to the meta. But I think he has free reign to kind of. It's not just random too, and he's not relying on solo Q data. He knows something about the matchup, or he knows this opponent. Now he's playing the opponent, not the champ. So I wonder if that's his mindset. Do you have any insight on that? Do you have any like just watching him play, like what his style?
So yeah, I talked to him and I asked him about that, and he said, I actually prefer the meta champions. I just play what I think is the best in this comp, right? And so if he thinks that he can play Sion against an Ori and he can just build Kanik Rookern and he will take 0 damage, he's going to do it and he's going to win the game, you know? And so I think it's just a matter of like, he doesn't look at the meta champions as those are the strong champions. He looks at the whole roster of champions like, okay, what is strong here? And plays that. And so I really like that mindset because it will catch your opponent off guard and you can't prepare for everything. You just can't.
Yeah. And that's one way that you cannot ban him out. You just have to hope that they can match up well with him. But he's growing on me. Thank you. He's growing on me.
He's another player who has a very similar story to Dokla, where, you know, he almost didn't play League. Like, he was on Team Liquid Academy, but he didn't get a spot because what happened was in 2018 franchising happened, and so the starting mid laner for Team Liquid ended up becoming their academy. So it was Mickey, a Korean player, and Pobelter became their starter. And so he didn't have a spot. But then after spring, Mickey left, and so he finally got his spot on the academy roster, and then he moved to IMT's academy roster, and then there was like this whole like debacle with their main roster. They ended up getting subbed in for like a portion of the split. Next year in 2021 he gets to start. He didn't have the greatest showing, but he showed that he could play a lot. He had to go back down into academy. He was on Dignitas Academy. He actually made the finals to play against C9. They lost 3-1.
He actually went back to amateur.
Oh yes, you're right. Yeah. He went back down to amateur first.
The way
Yeah.
back. He went to crawl back.
Yeah, and then he made it back onto
Actually,
Dignitas.
wow, that an LCS player just got dropped like that. Yeah. And then he made it back and then he said, no, I am good. And he showed on Dignitas exactly.
And then Dignitas dropped
Finals,
their academy team. And so he went from like tier 3, like you said, to tier 2 to not having a team. And only because like circumstance happens that Ruby's visa doesn't come, that he gets a starting shot. And if that doesn't happen, maybe he just retires and people are like, oh, Insanity wasn't that good. But now people look at Insanity and like, he has a lot of fans for good reason.
Yeah. Wow. That's a story of
Enemy
perseverance right there.
Thunderize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, the Insanity's career is kind of really, really wild, legitimately. Like, you look at it and think, how did this happen? But yeah, happens. I'm really glad that we have him. I'm really glad that the LCS gets to have Insanity.
100% agree. I mean, whew, we hope to continue growing to know more and more of him and seeing more wild picks and seeing them win on it. That would be very exciting. That will be exciting. All right. We got up next the guy who I didn't know was Korean B-Boy. I need to
B-Boy also
watch.
played in LLA, by the way.
He
So
did,
I'm
yeah.
familiar from him there. He played in the same year as Boogie too.
Oh my gosh.
So they play in different teams, but play against each other. Yeah. It's LLA talent, baby.
I mean, Revan played in LLA too, so I mean, we have a lot of LLA talent.
That's exciting to see. Well, tell us
Actually,
about
I know
B-Boy.
Yeah, so B-Boy is a enigma a little bit because I have not watched much B-Boy, but what I have done is I watched people who watched a lot of B-Boy. And I also watched CBLOL in 2023, not so much as like LCS, for example, but you know, I'm a Pain Gaming fan in general, and he was on Pain Gaming, so I was able to watch a bunch of his games, and he did not inspire much confidence in me. He seemed like I watched him in 2019, I think, when he was playing on Misfits. I watched him before that when he was playing on JDG, if I'm not mistaken, in the LPL, and I never thought, oh man, this AD carry is awesome. Like if he comes to the LCS, like Prince, for example, like when you think Prince went back when he was still in the LCK, you're like, oh man, if he comes to NA, he's going to kill it, you know? Those are the types of player that I think are worth importing. B-Void never inspired me, and I never thought that he was good, to be honest. And then, especially on Pain, I felt like he was a deftly, you know? He just did his job, and sometimes he was just a little too aggressive, and
Not the deathly.
that's not the best thing to do as an AD carry. Later on, I found out that he was a big primary shot caller, and so he was doing it because he was the one starting the fights. I didn't know that because I went through the whole Pain Gaming documentary, and he spoke like 2 words in like 10 episodes, and they were in Korean, and I was like, okay, so this guy doesn't talk, right? But apparently, like in-game and out-of-game is very different. So he is a big shot caller, even on Shopify. And sometimes they're like, okay, you're micromanaging a little too much. We're actually better than the players you're playing with. You don't have to do that. But he's shown up. Like what you were saying, Wild Turtle was the best Lucian. I think Andrea was saying this. Wild Turtle was the best Lucian in the West, probably. And you coming in to replace that, I was worried, okay, maybe this is a Ruby situation again, where Insanity and Ruby start to play, you bring in a Korean player, and then you end his career because no one's going to pick him up after that. But it wasn't. He showed up. He played very well. He's very good mechanically. He's very solid, and I'm very pleased with him. And, I publicly apologize for doubting him. So,
Wow. No, he has a reputation. Our Oracle Elixir Discord people are not shy about their opinion on B-Boy, and so I think it was fair to see coming in. But then he played really well on the Varus.
Wait,
Go ahead.
Prime, do you not see me? I mean, you're talking about Oracle's Elixir. I literally dropped the other day and asked, is V-Boy the best AD in the LCS?
You're trying to
Like,
cause a riot.
Legitimately, AD right now it's so open. Like,
okay, I got to join this Discord now.
you should join Cloud. ADC is just so open right now, and that was after his Saya game that he went nuts on. By the way, like that Saya game he played was so stunning.
He beat FlyQuest on the Zaya against the Smolder.
Yeah.
Ooh, people need to figure out this Smolder champ. But yeah, there is more to him. He's not the worst ADC in the LCS, at least I don't think, in my opinion, so far what he has shown.
ADC is so stacked the split though. We have so many good AD carries, it makes it very hard to say, oh, this person's better than that, you know?
Correct.
It's like all over the place. Like usually you say Dark Berserker is above everyone else, but even Berserker is like kind of not playing at his best. So everyone else is like stepping up, and it's like, okay, who knows who's the best ADC in the LCS right now?
Certainly, there's more to be seen. But do you think we'll see Wild Turtle again?
As a fan, I hope so. But as a other side of the fan, as a fan of Wild Turtle, yes, I really hope so. As a fan of Shopify, please no. Like, don't mess up this team synergy. You know, he's playing good enough that you don't replace him. Maybe next year, sure, but at least for this year, not even just the split. At least for this year, keep him and just stick with what you decided. You had a project. You brought in Revan, and you were like, you have full creative freedom. Pick the team that will like do well, right? And he picked people from challengers that he worked with. He picked Bvoy, who he worked with back in Flamingo Esports and Estral Esports, and even a little bit on Pain. He's played with him. He really respects him. He chose this team. He crafted it, and I want to see that come to fruition. Even if it's a failure of a team, I want to see it, give it a shot. You know.
At this point, it's really hard to say they failed, because this team is, you have to watch them play. Don't just follow the records. You have to watch them play. It's a very, very good team. Go ahead, Andrea.
We do see Turtle on stage though, which I think is amazing. You have seen him. He's next to a coach in Select.
Yeah, he's coaching a bit. Yeah.
Yep. So I mean, I'm always down to see Turtle whenever I can. Like, he's a great guy. He's a legend in the LCS. He also is in the content, like the content they did with Tomio.
Yes.
The mule.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That was. I watched that one right before this. It's so good. It's so funny.
It's hilarious.
Those guys together should have yeah, they should keep doing content with those guys, because they're really silly.
Yes.
Yeah. They've never been to a grocery store or something. Like, I swear, man.
What turtle
Neighbors,
picked?
go outside.
I have to repost that one, because that one won our content of the week for us, and really well done.
It was really original. I thought it was really funny.
Really, really well done.
That's another thing about Shopify. They're actually producing content, probably more than any other team as well. Like, you have teams that have the Heist, for example. Shopify has their Rebel logs, but then Shopify also has voice comms. Dignitas has voice comms, but then Shopify also does other stuff. So it's like Shopify is in it to build fandom, and that's something that not many teams, maybe they do take it seriously, they just don't know how to do it, and I think Shopify understands how to do it.
Yes. They are, I agree 100% with that. It's really helping the engagement, and the jersey.
Ooh, the Chinese New Year one? Oh man, I wish I could have copped one of those. So cool.
Oh yeah, all those things look so pretty, like their graphics and the stand they put out, like with the envelopes, was so beautiful. I was really impressed. I recently joined the Shopify Discord, so I've been hanging around there.
Oh, okay. Actually, I do have their Discord. Yeah. They have an event coming up. But to add to that, right, there is talent in the staff, in the organization, and the investment. That's what I feel. There's so much good things that is coming out from this team. We'll talk a little bit about their content game, because it's on point, but we have to give some attention to our boy Zeyzal.
Yeah. Zeyzal is exactly who you want him to be. So I'll address Chime first, because you mentioned him earlier. Chime actually was about to join EG before EG dropped the roster. So I don't know that it was necessarily the Shopify that didn't want him, but I know that he was basically going to play on EG. So I also thought that he was going to start, and I was actually making a video for him, because I was like, why do you get rid of Chime? And then he was reported to go to EG, and then EG collapsed. But Zeyzal, you have to understand like the sort of building blocks of Shopify. You have Fake God, who doesn't really talk much, right? You have Boogie, who is talking much, but only because Insanity doesn't talk much, right? And so Boogie had to learn this whole like new shot calling role that he didn't used to do. When he first joined TSM, that was Maple's job. Maple was the one leading the game, and you could see that from the gameplay and the champion picks. And so you have Boogie not having to really take that leadership role and give it to someone else. And you're thinking, okay, who's the best? If it's not the jungle, then who? It's the support. And Zeyzal is a very smart player. He's very good at leadership, like Andrea said before. He's someone that can give a very specific vision of how we're going to play this. Regardless of whether that's the best play you could have done or not, you know that when they go into something, they're all on the same page. And one of the weird things was that a lot of times Fake God wasn't really on the same page, but I think he's gotten better at that. And so really having someone who can direct a team is very important, because a directionless team, even if you have really good players, i.e. Carmine Corp, you're not going to win the game if you're not all on the same page, right? And I think that's what Zeyzal brings, and that's what you kind of need in this team.
Yes. He is not a stranger. I get to watch him when he was on Cloud9. He replaced Smoothie, right?
Yep.
Around that time. And you can see how, while mechanically he's not the same, we wouldn't ever, and this might be just me, wouldn't say like he has that wow factor. He is smart, and he is what every ADC would want in their support, and he can play around that. Then after Cloud9, he became a coach at one point. So they really value his way of seeing the game and being able to coach the players up. And it's really a remarkable surprise to see him. And I think it's good to have him in the LCS. You guys got anything else to add on Zeyzal? He will always be the... Oh, what's the champ's name again that I keep...
Alistar?
Zilean. He's a
Oh,
Zilean.
Zilean.
He's a Zilean.
Yeah, just to add, Zeyzal has made 2 LCS finals. He was 1 game away from winning in 2019, and he made it to World Semis, which is very few teams have done.
Yep.
Or players, sorry, yeah.
No other LCS team has gone to semifinals. Only that Sina roster. So
true.
yep.
It's true. For all the talents that they have on there.
Yeah, they got. I mean, Zeyzal is not sure of achievements. Something interesting about Zeyzal, by the way, is that he declined LCS offers previously and decided not to play, which tells you about how much he's valued, that he could afford to do that. Like people and teams still will try to get him, you know, and it's very, very clear why. I mean, he's an incredibly valuable player.
It's just noticeable, Cloud, as you discuss every single one of these players, they have tons of experience. They've been in the scene for a long time. I think out of all of them, is Fake God the only one that has the shortest career? I have to go back and look.
I think Fake God and Insanity probably started around the same time.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Fake God started in
Around the same
2018.
They're all
And
very seasoned, though. Yeah.
Insanity was already in the scene in 2015. I mean, I'm looking at way before even LCS, that like they started the teams that they're tracking.
Yeah, but some of this experience is worth more than other experience. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
It really depends on what type of teams he was playing in.
So for it's worth this, they bring in a lot of variety too, because like you all mentioned, there was LLA, there was China, there's Korean. They've been through a lot of different regions, whereas some teams only had 1 or 2 region experience. It's interesting. This is a very, very well put together team, and I think they're not done showing what they can achieve. Of course, one of the questions that come in is from our follower Magnus Verlas, who asks, what does he think, or what does Cloud think Shopify has to change in order to beat the best team in the LCS? And he put FlyQuest.
Change? Nothing. They're already beating all the top teams. I think he means, what does Shopify have to do to beat the not top teams in the LCS? And yeah, that's a better question, I think.
Absolutely. They've already beaten everyone. Cloud9, done. FlyQuest, done. NRG, done. Now, what's the remaining is if they can beat 100 Thieves, which I think I have to remember that game. That was Done with the
Scion versus Aatrox mid, and then they had the Brand jungle that had 4 kills, and then they threw that game real hard.
That's a Shopify 100. Yep, 28-minute game. Could have done better, but then again, I feel like 100 Thieves is also those type of team that really brings the fight to you, and that was. They get round 2 after the break. So what do you have looking forward to after the break? What are the hopes? What is, are we looking at, spring still, that they'll make playoffs? Or are we looking at summer when they will show their final form, so to speak?
Like I said, they win 1 extra game and then they're in 3rd place. So I don't really know. But what I can say is that they will make it entertaining. But their goals are obviously to make playoff. But as a fan, like, if it's between playing all off mid and making playoffs and just like, if it's between playing all off mid, not making playoffs, or just playing Ori every single game, making playoffs, losing 3-0 to like, FlyQuest or something, I would rather see the all off mid. That's just as a fan.
Make it entertaining, make it fun. That's how you bring the likability. And that's one of our questions to you from Kat in the LCS Discord. What do you think is the one thing that makes Shopify likable? Lovable.
When you think Shopify, you think, oh, the Scion mid, or like really weird mid laners. You have something to think about. Think of Dignitas. What do you think? Nothing, right? Maybe, exactly, you have to think about it. But Shopify has a brand. It has something that you can cling on to as fans. And that's very important if you want to be a fan, right? And no hate to Dignitas. I actually think they're trying to build up their players' personalities. They just haven't done it as well as Shopify. And so when you think, oh, why should I be a fan? Why should I watch the Shopify game? Well, because you don't know what they're going to draft. If I say Dignitas, you're like, okay, their top laner is probably going to play Cassante. Their jungler is probably going to play a tank because XU can't win on anything that's not a tank. Their mid laner is going to play Tristana, Orianna, or Azir. Their AD carries are probably going to play Varus or Ashe or Kalista. And then the support, obviously Renata or whatever is common, Nautilus, like those champions. When you think Shopify, you're like, right?
What's going to come? Absolutely. That's a great point too.
Also, they posted this thing, their playlist. The players selected songs and they're posting them on Twitter. I think that's great. I think more teams should do that. I don't know why teams don't do things like that. Like, it's literally free. Like, it's not that much effort, and it's a way to connect to the players that it's not. It's literally almost no effort. Come on, guys, just try a little bit harder. So I made a playlist, and every player added songs, and they're posting the songs that each player added, and it's like kind of fun. I remember that I saw a playlist and immediately it zoomed into the fact that they had an idol song that's a K-pop group, the K-pop group that does vocals for KDA, and I immediately said, "That's Boogie." That's totally Boogie. And I asked them, hey, is Boogie the idol standing here? And they were like, you're gonna have to find out. And I saw somebody posted Boogie's list, and of course it was him. I can totally tell he's an idol stan.
Hell yeah. I think you brought up that great point of this is what makes the team likable, lovable, exciting. Dignitas, Immortals, they had years in the LCS, and the effort that they put up. Right now they're trying harder, but Shopify is already there. We're loving what they post up there. I'm ecstatic to see like things that they release, and just looking forward to the Rebel log, like you mentioned, that whole technically a meal. I think that's the name of it. Yeah.
Technically a meal, yeah.
Oh man. So thank you so much, Cloud, for just bringing that energy, for allowing us to find reasons to love Shopify. And it's not only about the Rift, it's all the things that they do around too. So anything you would like to share with our listeners, anything that you're working on, where can we find you, where can they connect with you, and just give us a great sign up.
Sure. Yeah. I like I said, I like to highlight player personalities, and I do want to make really good content for the LCS. So you'll see me doing a lot of things. Recently, I've been doing a lot of interviews, post-game interviews with people. I'm also have a couple docu series on some specific players in the LCS, and then I also have some like I asked a bunch of pro players. I actually asked 20 pro players to trash talk Shopify, and they all trash talked them. So that video is going to be up in March, so in a couple weeks. But I also have some longer form videos with. I have a video with like a doctor that works with the teams, like Cloud9 and whatnot, on how to keep like their health and things like that. So I am the Shopify fan. I am making a lot of stuff for Shopify, but I'm also LCS fan. So if you're interested in the LCS in general, you can check me out. It's Cloud Sitki on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. Yeah, all the places.
Awesome. You will definitely find them in the show notes, all the links to Cloud's work. Thank you so much. You are definitely, truly a fan, and we are excited to have you in the scene. You got anything, Andrea, before we sign off for today?
Yes, before we finish, I forgot to mention Tomio. So let's shout out Tomio. Tomio is the substitute jungler for Shopify Rebellion, and he's actually right now number 7 in NA solo queue. He's usually very, very high because he's the GOAT like that. Tomio is a player that I have followed since he was in amateur, since he was playing for Evil Geniuses Prodigies, and then he went up to play for Evil Geniuses Academy. Then he went to play the CNA Challengers. These guys, and we are fine. And finally, he got picked up as a sub. And I know he's not playing right now, so it's kind of a little bit sad to not see him play. But I'm really glad that he at least gets a chance to sit behind and watch how a pro team works in the LCS, so that he can learn a lot. And hopefully, we can see him in the LCS soon.
Absolutely.
Also, he's really funny. And if you should follow, look up for Tomio's stream. He comes with very good recommendations. If you ask Contracts or Blabber who their favorite streamer is, they're gonna tell you that it's Tomio. So those guys got taste. So you should also watch Tomio on Twitch if you can. That's all I want to say. Yep.
We have to take every opportunity to pump up Tomio because Andrea turned me to Tomio Jojo combo. That was hilarious. Things together.
Oh yeah, they are really funny.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, and we are here to continue producing, providing any reasons why you need to be a fan. Today, we have what I can say, a certified Shopify Rebellion superfan. Cloud, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, sign off. Goodbye now.
Bye.
Awesome. All right, thank you so much. I have the audio. I will do a bit of the audios, but I do have the video. I messed up in the beginning because it was showing just the logo for a bit. But do you need the video? Do you have your own recording of the show?
He was live casting this actually.
Oh, you were live casting already.
Yeah. So I streamed this. So I'm good.
Awesome. All right, no problem.
My friend told me about this, and I'm like, wait a minute, what do you mean this is live? And I suddenly started feeling very self-conscious.
Look, you showed up more than than the audio version, so I appreciate that.
I asked before if I could stream, so yeah.
Yes, and I said yes. I forgot to tell Andrea about it.
No, it's okay. I don't mind. I was just like, yeah, he has a video for sure. I should have put something like I should have opened OBS and put something on my. Honestly, I should have thought about it. Whatever, it's fine.
Okay.
It's just an empty space there. Whatever.
No worries. I think I'll have this on my side too, but I'm hoping to have the audio version up by Sunday because we're releasing them as the previously recorded. Any questions? Anything you need from us?
No, just when you do post it, tag me so I can retweet it. I know you have a way bigger follower than I do, so on Twitter at least. So
I made it work on Twitter. I made it work on Twitter. It was Sharpie already replied. The strange way to ask spell mask. He's up. He's our next guest.
I guessed it was when you said Immortals. I was like, oh, you're getting Sharpie.
He's a huge fan.
Do you know any Dignitas fan?
Yes, Dignitas Lumberry on Discord. If you go to the LCS Discord and you go to Dignitas, he's like every single day saying Dignitas is gonna win Worlds.
Oh my
I missed that.
Besides him, there's like one other person that was publicly a Dignitas fan, but yeah, that's it. Like 2 people. But then when you think Shopify, you think me and who else? So I guess Monty is a Shopify
Yeah.
fan. So
It's gonna grow. It's gonna grow. Like
Yeah.
I said, they're doing everything
You're
right.
definitely the Shopify fan. I remember even Papa Smithy asking, I wonder how Cloud is thinking of this the other day in Oracle's Elixir.
oh really?
Yeah,
Yeah, you should join.
you are that famous, you know? You get the Papa Smithy drop name.
I know. I mean, I know he subbed to my YouTube channel like very very early on, but yeah, it's cool that he that people recognize Shopify as Cloud.
Awesome. Hey, thank you so much. And I know it's smack dab in the middle of the day, but you made it work. This is an exciting episode. I'm looking forward to releasing it.
All right, thanks, man. Take care.
Have a good day.
All right,
See ya.
ciao, bye. To lift? Who is to lift? Let me check on Twitter. I mean, if they are a Dignitas fan, I'll follow. To lift. Is it this person here? Am I spelling that right? Are they following any LCS stuff? No, it's not this person. Yeah, I don't know, Austin, who to lift is. She's in the Dig Discord. Oh, I gotta go to Discord. Oh, it's a her. Oops. All right, let's go to Dignitas. Dignitas Discord. I should probably join anyways. Dignitas Discord. Oh, crap baskets. What's going on? Oh. You didn't see anything? You don't know if she was on Twitter. Okay. Oh, Spawn. You said she's a moderator? Oh, I can't see their names because I'm streaming. Oh well. I will check her out later though. That's cool. I like to see who are like big fans of certain teams because I like to make content with them. If you saw like, oh, wait, why can't you see me? Oh, because my camera's off. Okay, my camera is not working. There we go. I think you should be able to see me now. Yeah, I like to make content with fans. I'm trying to do something with Sharpie as well. For like Immortals, I did one with David for 100 Thieves. I don't know of any other like specific team fans. If you do know, like that'd be awesome. I don't know if she'd be up to like make content or whatever, but yeah, like who's the number one like huge Team Liquid fan? I don't know. I just know I'm a hater. Oh, you're Noxwar. Yeah, I know you guys. I follow you guys. I watch your stuff on Blacklist. I was actually halfway through listening to the episode that you guys did with Nuke Duck and Robert, I think. I actually tried to reach out to you guys, I think, at some point to do something, but I don't remember what happened with that. I think maybe I sent you guys an email because I wasn't able to DM you guys. But yeah, I mean, thanks for checking this out, and for sure, if you ever want to make something between Flight Crew and Shopify, I'm always down to make content and stuff. I also want to join this Oracle Elixirs Discord. They're talking about me. Behind my back. I can't believe it. Oh, you don't check it? Yeah. I mean, I wasn't able to join. So it was like all I could do. I wasn't able to, to DM you guys because I don't have Twitter Blue. I had it for like a very short amount, like time. And so didn't they just beat them? Yeah. And so I just emailed a bunch of people. When I was first trying to get like interviews with people and like just to get to know people, I DM'd a bunch of people, and I also emailed the ones that I couldn't. So I emailed a bunch of pro players. Didn't get any responses. Not surprised, but yeah. They're very passionate fans, but can be abrasive. Oh, okay. I did hear from what's his name? Empire, that he hangs out on the OE Discord. And he like kind of likes how people have cool discussions. I'm guessing the discussions aren't always civil, but yeah, honestly I don't really use Discord very often. Like Discord servers, I think the most active one I'm in is the LCS Discord, and even that one I'm not very like active in. So I don't think I'll probably be affected, but I'll just be what are they called? A creeper? No, that sounds weird. A lurker. There we go. Empire, Andrew Barn, Purpose Smithy. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't realize all the fly people are on there. Because I know what's his name is at some point he was talking about it. Peter Dunn, with rare appearance from various other analysts. T2 players pop up occasionally. That's cool. I didn't realize it was like a big thing. Yeah, thanks, Austin. I didn't know that. Oh, there's what's her name? Kelsey Moser and stuff. Oh, that's pretty cool, honestly. There's other esports too. Also, Austin, if do you have a Discord at all? I do have Discord. I will add you, or you can add me. It's just Cloud Sitkey, but I will add you. You can DM me on Twitter if you don't want to like do it publicly or something. But oh wow, dude, you work fast. Oh, we're in a lot of Discords, mutual Discords. I'm surprised I've never seen you around. But yeah, if you want to talk about like content creation, that's a big thing that I'm into. Like your thumbnails, your intros for stuff, like just general like how do you make stuff that people watch? I'm always like reaching out to people and talking about stuff like that. So yeah, let me know. I'm always down to talk. But yeah, for the stream, I think I'm probably gonna end it now. That was a pretty fun stream. I have not really done a podcast as a guest. I'm usually the one asking questions, so it was pretty cool, like answering. And I'm obviously a lot more comfortable answering the questions, which is quite strange. You might think it's easier to ask and have them have the burden of answering, but for myself, it's the opposite, which is funny because I'm very comfortable asking people. I'm very comfortable like talking about I've done public speaking before, but asking questions is not something I've done before. So yeah, it's just kind of fun. Oh, okay. I will join this Discord. All right. I will probably stream a little bit in March, like maybe every week or so. But in general, I don't really stream. But this was fun. So take care, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for the invite, Austin. Appreciate it.